What's up, guys? Andrew here, and today we're gonna go over Sheik in melee doubles. I have a few topics that I wanna point out of why Sheik is a good character and what makes her a good character in melee doubles. One of the points or pointers I wanna mention is strength and weakness as a character. Might be a good start. So according to me, Sheik is at least top 4 in melee doubles. It's also a little bit hard to say exactly who or which character are the best, but from my point of view, I would believe that she's 4th, and I guess with easier way to describe it is Sheik is one of the best doubles character in the game. One of them. So Sheik is a grab heavy character that's fast. She has a good range. She has a super good projectiles. Her needles is a very unique and the only one of its kind, really. It can be used in many different ways, which we will talk about a little bit more later. She is good at team comboing, saving, being defensive, protecting her teammate very well, for example. And there's other things with her that makes her great, but we will try to cover both strength but also a couple of weaknesses at the same time. So what makes Sheik so good is that with her speed and projectile and being able to do team combos in such a good way, she can rack up damage relatively fast together with her teammate. She isn't as good at racking up damage on her own, since one of her weaknesses as a character is that she can't really knock her opponents down on early percent, which makes it hard for her. That if an opponent is in her face, she can't really get rid of them or push them away. She has a hard time to getting space if they are too close. So, which makes her a little bit vulnerable in that position. She's good at keeping the space though, with her tilts or fair, so forth. She's also fast. She could run away but if her opponents are in her face, it's just she struggles. But since she has hard to knock her opponents over, she has a little bit hard time to push them away. She also doesn't rack up damage too fast on her own. And she's a grab heavy character, so she wanna do grabs still in doubles. It's just that she doesn't tech chase, which is kind of a thing that sort of disappear in doubles in a way, because you don't really have a chance to wobbling, you don't really have time for chain grabs. It might be for stalling a little bit, or it's like a slow process. Sheik is not fast at combat, like I said earlier, which makes her. She's still a strong character, but she still needs help with a few things, which teammates such as Peach, Fox, and Falco, according to me, are her best teammates. I would probably put Fox the best. After that, it's Peach or Falco. So that was few of her weakness, overall ones. So it's important, since Fox and Peach, for example, are both good at starting comboing at low percent. They're both good at being aggressive, and they are both good at comboing on their own, relative good at comboing on their own, which make them a good, that's one of the few things Sheik isn't as good as, which they can cover. The difference in NTS and PAL can also make it a little bit harder. In NTS she is really good at killing, but in PAL she struggles some, which makes it even more important to have Fox or Peach for that matter. Peach doesn't kill like earlier in that regard, maybe, but Falco could do that. Either way, Fox is still like a really good doubles character for her to do the killing. And Sheik's one of her strengths in NTSC is that she can kill upward, both with upper and sometimes with up smash. So I'm thinking we will start up with like some team comboing stuff that's she's good at. Alright, so I want to watch you guys to point it out, like why her moves such as fair and nair are really good team combo moves to begin with. So as I mentioned earlier, Sheik is really good at team comboing her opponent. Both fair and nair, also nair to some extent, or upper perhaps, but upper and bair doesn't really happen too much. Upper might happen more with Falco, but overall your teammate will go from left to right instead of up and down. So Falco is like the only exception, pretty much. So yeah, we will start up with at least some team combo by Armada, and I do. So we're playing against Swedish Delight and IBDW from Genesis here, and we are the blue team here. So we will watch we will watch a few seconds, and you will see, and then I will go over it again. So we're watching now.
Interesting. Very glad that Armada chose not to engage in there because he saw that could be bad. Oh my.
What?
Shut up.
Oh my god. I was gonna.
Oh my. Very glad that Armada.
Okay, so that was a quick 0 to death within 5 seconds. Really good, really strong, and it works. It would only work in NCS, which we play now. To start off, it was a good.
Okay.
So I'm grabbing him here, which is an easy way to kill an opponent in doubles. You grab and the other one comes and up smash, which will happen here.
Very glad that Armada chose not.
So in this situation though, 2 versus 1, and now it's a good opportunity to kill the other one if you get the chance, right? Since Sheik has a very low percent, Sheik, as I also play here, have hard time to racking up damage on my own, which is a good way of Armada, who play Fox here, to do so. So Switch Delight's trying to get out there, get stuck though. Up tilts you, as Shooter Needle, racking up damage a little bit fast. He's still here and dead. Just as fast pointers, even though this doesn't really have to do with Sheik here, or this video that matter, is that killing upwards is super strong in doubles. The best way of killing your opponent, period, in Smash. Anyway, so there, nair to up smash, sweet spot as well. Really important to. If I wouldn't have got the sweet spot, he wouldn't have died. And in Tessie, you send your opponents further with the sweet spot up smash in Tessie, which makes Sheik a stronger character and being able to kill upwards, which her up smash, sweet spot, and upper is better. So she's one of the few characters that can actually do that. In Pal, she's losing that opportunity. She can still kill her opponent with up smash, kind of good, but those things with the up smash here doesn't happen too often though. Since like it's a little bit tricky to get those opportunities, which is why Fox most of the time will be the one who kills, especially in Pal. In NTSC it might be depending on who gets the opening or who has the possibility of killing their opponent, right? So anyway, the sweet spot here was great to kill them. But as I was about to talk about, mainly was fair and air, right? So
interesting. Very glad that Armada chose.
So Armada starts up with breaking up some damage, sending some needles, and here the backers is really good with Fox and Falco for that matter to do. The thing is, I could have gone with Forwarder. Wouldn't have been as good though, since there's some character that you prefer to do Nair over Fair. Fair would probably send him either straight or in this angle. Something along this. The thing is, he could have DI'd maybe in this way or this way. The point is, we don't want him to... We want to keep him in the air. So I don't want to send him downwards with a forwarder. Instead, I want to keep in the air, which Nair is really good because it does the opposite. In the worst case, it could go straight or maybe more diagonally up, which I want him to be. This is also a little bit probably some problem with floaties though, that they have hard time to get down. Sure, sometimes it might be hard to wreck up damage on floaties, but they have a hard time to get down. And even though Sheik is not really floaty per se, she is still has some hard time to get down, even if she's not in a hit stun. So we're doing Nair, and his Armada knows this, so he goes for the Nair here himself. And I go for the sweet spot here. Only works in MTSC here though. In PAL he would never die, like I said. And there's a few other difference, which in MTSC makes Sheik even stronger in doubles in that regard, since she's better at killing her opponent up, which is the best way to kill. So that was like one of the few things. I would like that we watch another video here. That also had this team combo, which is regarding Fair and Air. Now this time we will see both of them being used, but against two different kind of characters. Alright, so Armada and I, we're playing as Tech and Professor Prof on DreamHack, or at DreamHack. So we will start here. And once again, we're gonna watch both of these. There will be two team combos. After we watch it, I will rewatch it and explain.
Tech is trying to get in there and get some...
Oh
my goodness!
Oh, that's...
And they have another one of those!
So yeah. So we're gonna start here again, okay? So, Puff is at 0 here. Armada initiate, up throw, backers them both. Unfortunately for Prof, but we won't cover that part. So he backers him, and at low percent you have to get there early, right? So I've already jump here. I'm gonna send her forward as fast as I can. The thing is, she won't really go anywhere, and forwarder is stronger than there. So this is it's just better to use forwarder here by default. Like, it's slightly stronger, and she won't really go anywhere. One of the things that I told you earlier is that Sheik's opponent won't go anywhere at low percent, and right now she has 21. So yeah, she won't really go anywhere still. But here is the thing, like, I don't want to send her up because it would have been more like way harder for Armada to come back, since he's in the air, have to land, go up, and go for another bear, right? So we want to do fair, so we either have her in the same height or that we hopefully can send her a little bit down, so it will be easier for Armada to take this or get this opportunity, right? So we do this, so Sheik's going in this direction. He go with another bear. I land and have to go up again as soon as possible. If I would go with the Nair, the same thing would I will have sending her up, and I don't think Armada would have been able to get her, since it would have been impossible to get there. But we're doing it fair. We want to send her either in the same height or down here. This time though, she's trying, or yeah, Tech is trying to DI up. He doesn't want to get hit by the upper. But since forwarder is sending you diagonally down, or in worst case, well, straight. But now he gets a little bit higher, right? But it was just approximately. The point is, he can't go this too much upwards. Says if I would have done there, he would have gone probably up here. Well, here perhaps, which would have been harder for Armada to get. But since I did fair, he tried. He couldn't really get anywhere, which is a perfect opportunity for him after I do forward air to the upper, and he dies.
Oh my goodness!
We take another opportunity here. So dash attack, nair. So here's the thing, like I did forward air against Puff, because the thing is Puff is a floater, right? So she won't really go down too much. She will be stuck in the air. Fast faller, Spacey here, Fox. If I would do forward air here, he would have gone in the similar direction that Puff did. He would only got there faster, and he would have created a sort of a 50-50 situation. 2 versus 1 though, but he wouldn't have been stuck in team combo, which is really important to avoid to begin with in 2 versus 1 situation. But I don't want him to get the chance to, like, I don't want to give him an opening that he can escape. So I'm doing nair, because even if he would try to DI down, he wouldn't go lower than this angle. He would go something along here, maybe in this, but he doesn't want to be in the air. He want to come down. So he will be here somewhere. Yeah. And there's the upper. So with fair, it's good at low percent, but also nair is really strong if you want to keep your opponent in the air. It's like a little bit what you have to practicing on, get a better understanding. There's some character benefits more or rather Sheik benefits by using nair or fair depending which character she is team comboing against, right? So it's like on Puff, we didn't want her to go down. Well, she's a floater, so she might be stuck in there, so we did forward air. Kept doing the forward air. We didn't want her to get away. And Fox, he goes. We had to do nair to try to keep him in the air still, and that's what we did. So we both did our parts, but it's important to learn that forward air goes sort of straight or diagonally down, nair sort of straight, and then diagonally up, which is really important to have a good understanding of which one you should do, right? So that's like one of the few. Back airs is like a worse version of nair in a way, because back air will still send in a similar angle. It's just harder to land. If you get the weak back air, you will be in a worse position. So you probably always want to do nair instead. Back air could be good. It will happen that you have to use bear, but make sure that you get the strong hit. You don't want to do a weak hit. There's only like few situations the weak back air hit would be good, but most of the time it won't. And you would still want to prefer nair more often than back air. Like I said, upper, it could be good to like team combing up and down perhaps, but it's not that many characters you do that. It's way more common to team combo from side to side, which both Sheik's fair and nair are really good in setting in 2 different kind of direction. That helps you a lot as a team. So Sheik has a really good team combo moves overall, and most team combos happens in there, right? So that makes Sheik a really strong character with, like, if you have a good synergy and your strength is team combos and so forth, which I think why it suits me to play Sheik and why it works so well with Armada as well. So that's like one topic of why she's strong in doubles. Another part in this video though is needles. So like we covered already is that she's fast, she has good range, she can survive long, and she has good moves, team comboing. She has some weaknesses, such as like she struggles with being aggressive, sometimes to push her opponents away. If they are like too close, she doesn't bracket damage that fast, and yeah. So I'm not losing this or forgetting anything. It's that Sheik needles are really good. It's the only kind of projectile there is like no other projectile really that's like her needles. On the ground she shoots straight forward. In the air it goes diagonally down, which is the most common what's happening in singles is that you're using them in neutral and edge guarding. In doubles, then saving your teammate becomes an option, which happens actually quite often still. I won't show it this time though. I'm aware that you guys have seen them before. What I do want to point out though is Sheik needles, even though you might want to do them for like saving your teammate or edge guarding, I want to show them how they're being more used neutral. So in a good way of how we're using it is, so it's me and Armada again, but now we're playing against Kalamazoo and R2D, right? Alright, so they're coming here. So Armada just got his new stock. He got back from getting well, it doesn't matter. He comes in now. They can't really attack him. It's a good way for him to be aggressive. Me, on the other hand, I'm being a little bit far away perhaps, but this is where needles will come in though. So, or rather, we do it like we did with the team comboing stuff. We watch it, and then after what my point is happened, then we will go over it again, right, guys?
Yeah, for sure. That's worth it. That's worth it. Alright.
Yeah, alright. So, this is a small situation. This one doesn't necessarily kill him, but it definitely puts us in a good position, and it shows like why needle will be great, and I will explain a little bit more further. Okay, so both the foxes here comes in, and Armada goes in. He can't really be attacked until like now though, but the point is he's being aggressive. Fox is good at doing that. Sheik not as good, especially at a low percent. They won't go anywhere, like I talked about earlier. So I'm standing there. I'm a little bit too far, perhaps you could say, but like I also said, this is where needles will be very useful though. So I'm standing there shooting needles because Armada is alone against these two. It could be an opportunity, like it could be an opening for the green team to do something about this. You know, racking up damage really, really fast. Potentially, maybe be there edge guarding while protecting the other one from being edge guard or being interrupted. So, but Armada goes in, and now though I shoot needles, and this fox though used shine to try to tank the needles. He doesn't want the needles to interrupt or do anything. Armada sees this. Since he tanks approximately like 6 needles here, he's stuck in the shine. So it's a very good opening for Armada to come with a backer. And then I come in closer, shorting up my needles. So he's short on me here. Peach is still, or she got it shined. So she got it off stage. She coming back. She can't really do anything in the moment. So he's short upping. My needles hit him again. And Armada sees this, so he goes for another backer. So even though Armada was in the middle of them, this guy was in the middle between us too, right? It makes sense. 2 red and 2 green. 1 red between 2 green, and here's 1 green between 2 red. So the point with the needles here is that he took damage. He lost like I guess what I'm trying to say here is that the needle here interrupted him twice, and he took almost 40 damage. So what happens there is he's also, well, like I said, he didn't die from this situation exactly. He was though in a bad position, you could say. At the end of the day, it was that the needle interrupted him from potentially Shine Spike Armada for being stuck between us. And that's the thing though, like I was all over the other side while they were over here. And he tried to tank it, tried to short up to probably hitting Armada. This is what it looks like at least. But since the needle got to him, it interrupted twice. So needles can be used more than just edge guarding and saving. Like she could diagonally from in the air. I have myself saved Armada multiple times with needles. I have saved other teammates in the past from stuff such as like rest or shooting needles at my opponent, so they getting stuck and the hit's done, so the team combo stops. Well, needles could also be used for edge guarding purpose. It's also been done in the past. Well, Armada trying to shine someone as Fox, they're charging up B. Say Armada shine spike at Fox, and they have to do up B. Are shooting a needle, prevent them from doing up B, and they're dead, right? Which is probably the one needles being most known for in doubles. But I wanted to show the important part of needles in neutral as well, which put the green Fox in a bad position. And he took 40 damage. Even though needles itself didn't give 40 damage, it still interrupted with whatever he was trying to do. And that gives Armada an opening to punish him from trying to do anything. So needles are really good. So as a Sheik in doubles, be sure to use them wisely. Not overdo it, but still use them. Alright, so to cover a few other things though, like I said, Sheik is a defensive character, I would say. Obviously she can be aggressive, but more of aggressive would be that she might be on the front line and protecting her teammate, but she can't really be too aggressive though. Like I said, characters like she is struggle against character. Well, it's more like it's a problem of her own, so sorry guys. But what I'm trying to say is that Sheik is struggling with the aggressive part in a way of knocking her opponents down, trying to rack up damage fast, which is few of those things. It's not like the biggest issues out of all characters might have, but it's still issues that Sheik as a character struggles, is why Fox, Peach, or Falco is her three best characters to team up with. Fox is good at doing the aggressive part, and Sheik is also good at being defensive, has Fox back if he's in trouble. Needles saves Fox many times. For example, Sheik is she's good at team comboing. Fox is good at killing fast. They're good at breaking up damage together. So overall, this was few pointers I wanted to say to make sure that if you consider to play Sheik, it's very likely I would agree with you. I guess the whole thing is that Sheik is good in doubles. I've been playing her for a long time, and I believe she's definitely one of the best. It's also hard to say exactly where she is, but I would believe that she is at least fourth in the game in melee doubles. There might not be an official doubles tier list, but she definitely has many good tools. She has few weaknesses which can be covered, or her teammate might be better at it, such as like Fox. So at the end of the day, really good character. We went over a couple of moves, a couple of things that I think it's worth thinking about. We know that already she's good at edge guarding, and for example, she's good at surviving, living for a long time. For example, another thing though could be stalling. She can go to being Zelda, doing up B, which makes her to survive even longer. A funny thing though, when it comes to the surviving part, if she goes to Zelda, Zelda is more or less one of the characters that falls slowest in the entire game. Puff is the one that falls slowest though, but Zelda is second or third slowest, which means you can stall out for a long time, wait for the teammate to come back. Another great thing that Sheik and Zelda can do. Overall, so I wanted to point out just certain things. Wanna just cover a few things so you have a good understanding of some parts. A few of these things I couldn't really find clips of, so we made a little bit of both. I hope you enjoyed and got a better understanding of how Sheik is supposed to be played, or other few things that is important to think about, and stuff that might be important to avoid or be careful. Overall, thanks again guys. I hope you like this video. Shout out for GRSmash, VGBootcamp and Armada's YouTube channels, so I could show you guys in a match or a couple of matches of when these stuff are being used and why they're being used and how good they are. So yeah, see you next time guys, and hope you enjoy it again. Peace.